Hi everyone, we're back with Jude and Wayne, Jude King,
Hi
Wayne
there.
Harrison, and today we're going to make our family favorite, bread rolls.
Woo.
So, woo. And so,
Reach across me.
reach across, that's what we do. Well, I wanted you to reach it, but anyway.
Here we go, folks.
If we had planned this before we started, we would be doing it. Anyway,
Okay.
so in this bowl, large bowl, we put 6
cups of flour.
6 cups of flour.
Do you use bread flour?
No, just plain
All-purpose flour.
all-purpose flour. Into this, we're going to add 1/3 cup of sugar.
Voila.
Voila, put it in. And I'm going to whisk it into place just so to mix it up well. Then we're going to add a teaspoon of salt.
That was a big teaspoon.
It's the same teaspoon we always use. And, no, the oil's going to go in that. Okay, so now we've got the dry ingredients mixed. And we're going to set this aside and we're going to mix up the liquids. The yeast, which I set and it's rising now, is a 1/2 cup of warm water, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and 1.5 tablespoons of yeast.
You've done this before, haven't you?
I've done it before. I've done it many times. It's a family favorite. So this has been rising. Yeah, we did this yesterday. We figured out raise and rise. Anyway, it's been rising for about 10 minutes. I just didn't want to take 10 minutes out of the video for that.
Right.
And then we've got 2 cups of warm milk. Got it already set aside. We're going to break 2 eggs into that.
Oh, don't trust me to do that. Oh.
Here.
Oh. I'll get shelling and all sorts. There you go.
Sorry. And we whisk it around just so that the eggs and the yolk. All right, so the eggs in it. We're going to put the oil in here, and that's 2 tablespoons of oil. And we have a rubber spatula, but let me see. I'll do the Judith thing.
What, make a mess?
She never uses a rubber spatula.
I don't have a rubber spatula in my kitchen.
And I just find they're so wonderful, but I have a ton of them. I just don't know where they are right at this moment. And so we're going to whisk that together.
You need this?
No, that's for later. That's a hard clap. I'm putting the yeast mixture into the milk.
Okay.
Now hold this, please. And I've got...
And he wanders off.
Here.
And he's found what he's looking for.
See, I find that the rubber spatulas get all of the ingredients, and I hate leaving anything behind.
Right.
And so we're putting all of the liquids together, and then we're going to make a well in the dough.
Make a well.
Yeah, make a well, but I'm going to use a spoon.
Oh my God.
Well, whisk will get all glumped. Remember that?
Okay.
Okay. And we're going to pour the liquids into the bread.
Okay.
The flour.
And then gradually stir in the flour.
Yep. Stir it in to make a nice dough.
Do I never get to use this?
No. Here, you stir.
Oh. I'm just the helping wench. Whew, smell that yeast.
Okay, so we're stirring this dough in to make a nice gooey dough and incorporating all of the flour into the mixture.
I get my hands in there and do it.
Oh.
You don't?
No, how disgusting is that?
Oh!
It's gooey.
It's very British to crumble and to get your hands in.
Well, we're
I'm
going
not
to...
going to do it today. I got my best sweater on.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, golly.
So, we flour a surface.
Oh, it's tough going.
Yeah, it is. And we're going to put it out onto here. Where is that? Here, want to pass me that white thing?
This way.
Yeah, the white spatula. And
So why do you like this spatula so much?
because it's got a very firm edge and it can
Right.
scrape the dough out. Whereas the rubber spatulas bend more.
Okay.
This doesn't bend.
Okay.
And I find it works really well.
Okay.
Now we're going to wash the bowl out because we're going to grease it and then put the dough in to rise.
Are
But
you telling me to go and wash the bowl?
if you don't want to, you just do what you want.
Oh, God.
So we're going to knead the dough. And kneading the dough, I just pull it forward using the base of my hand and pushing it in. And what kneading does is basically incorporate all of the flour and sugar and all that stuff together, and you're creating a more elastic dough so that it will rise better. So we're going to knead it on a floured surface.
It's still fun with Jude and Wayne, isn't it?
It is still fun with Jude and Wayne. And so we spray it and
Take the top off.
take the Jude and I have known each other for a while.
30 years
Yeah.
in May next year.
Well,
Is that sprayed enough?
yes, that is wonderful. So this has
Oil this? Yes.
a nice elastic.
Spray?
And- yeah. And we're gonna,
Spray?
yeah, spray.
Like this?
Yeah,
I took the lid off.
that's good.
How
Yeah, no, that's good.
how am I doing?
You're doing well.
It's
I
very
like-
easy for me to play
Yeah.
the idiot.
A lot of people use tea towels.
Wet tea towel.
Yeah, a wet tea towel. I like using the plastic because when it rises, it won't stick it to it if it's sprayed, but where it sometimes sticks to a tea towel.
Okay, you've thought this through, obviously.
Yeah, well, over the years I have done that. So we're gonna let that sit for
Proof.
about an hour and a half.
Okay.
And then we'll be making it into rolls.
Time to put the kettle on?
Time to put the kettle on. The dough is risen.
That's right.
All right. Okay, so we can punch it down now.
Takes all the air out of it.
Well, that's what we're doing
Oh, okay.
because we're going to knead it again.
Oh,
I cut it into two-pound chunks, and we're using 8x8 pans, and we're going to put 16 rolls, 4 times 4.
shall I spray that?
You will when we're ready. I don't want it dripping off because cutting it into rolls takes time.
Okay.
Okay?
So do a few, and then we'll come back later. Okay.
Okay, we're going to spray the pans.
You won't let me do it, folks. In case I overspray.
Beautiful, beautiful. So we're going to make the rolls. So we got 32 pieces of dough, and what we do is you smush it out, and you keep. So what you're doing is basically kneading it with your finger. And once you have it perfectly round, you put it in the thing.
So how you do it? Oh dear. There, that looks good.
It's lumpy. Anyway,
That's pretty.
no, flatten it out first. Flatten it out here, like this. And that gets you extra flour, and if the dough is...
How am I doing?
You're doing. You're getting them good and flat. And so, as I'm making the rolls, I flatten it out. If I feel that the dough is too thin or too light, I add a little bit of flour just by pressing it into the board and then bringing it in. And I'm using my fingers to make the thing, and you press it up between, oh, and look, I split it. That's not what I want. Anyway.
What, you make mistakes?
I do. I know you hold me in high esteem, but,
You're not supposed to make mistakes, Wayne.
well, I do. Mistakes are the opportunity to learn and improve.
So,
Set that aside.
16.
16.
All exactly the same shape.
Well, close.
Covered in a greased.
Well, not yet, because I'm going to press them down before we cover them. Do you want to know how I make these things or not?
Not really.
We've made the last roll, put it in, and we've got 2 pans of 16, and I press them flat
Ah.
so that they both start at the same place. We've got the 2 things, we're going to let them rise. It'll take about an hour, maybe. Watch them. When the rolls are up, about just peeking over the edge of the glass pan, that's when I put them into an oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit and cook them for about 20 to 22 minutes, somewhere in that area, depending on how hot your oven is. We'll start over. All right, we've taken them out of the oven, they're very, very hot, and we're going, I like to butter the tops. Not everyone does.
Why'd you do that?
Because it gives a softer crust.
Oh.
And
I like a nice crust, so that would soften it up.
this would soften it up.
Okay.
So it's not as tough, I find. If you like a chewier crust, don't butter it.
Beautiful.
So, there. So, we've got the rolls done, and that's it for today's episode of Fun with Jude and Wayne. So, Jude King, Wayne Harrison,
Bye
see you
for
later
now.
in another episode.